I think the last time I made a tape, we were going into typhoon condition. It seems to me it was right about a couple weeks ago, maybe, or a week and a half ago. The storm that was coming did not reach typhoon force by the time it hit here, so we just had very strong winds and a lot of rains. We missed Monday. We heard about it Monday afternoon from school. We missed Tuesdays of school and Wednesday of school. Greg and I packed everything away and helped other people and waited it out. The boat here, the Marianas, was ruined in that storm and sunk pretty much. It's just total loss. It's now on the bottom of the harbor, but you can still see it because the harbor's not too deep. But the M boat made it okay. But we now have no boat on the island, and we really have to depend on the Marianas and the plane. And the Rana Nim and the plane. Then Thursday was supposed to be UN Day, but nothing was ready, so we postponed the celebration until Friday, and had school Thursday, and then Friday was UN Day with the floats and speeches and games. We have very similar to last year. I think we told you all about it last year. I've been teaching square dancing to some girls at school to do UN Day, and they really enjoy it. It makes me kind of tired sometimes, but they really get a big kick out of it. And UN Day doesn't seem as well organized as it was last year, but we'll see what happens. Maybe it just seemed more organized last year. And then we have some other vacations coming up. We have All Saints Day off, and we have Veterans Day off, and of course Thanksgiving Day off. And there was a little dance one weekend at school to earn money for our Queen candidate, Education's Queen candidate.
UN Day is celebrated around the world on October 24th and commemorates the United Nations Charter taking effect on that day in 1945. There is no further discussion about UN Day 1968 on the audio tapes, but there are descriptions written on the slides, and I use those to identify the available photos. In addition, I used the mimeographed 7-page program titled 1968 Rota 23rd Anniversary UN Day Celebration Program. All the 15 committees that work together to create the UN Day celebration are listed with committee members. These include the officers and advisors, the program committee, UN Day committee, parade committee, booth committee, float committee, prize committee, entertainment committee, material and supplies committee, hostess committee, judges, food and refreshment committee, raffle committee, sports and games committee, public health committee, transportation committee, referees, and announcer Mr. Leon Tysigan. The parade forms at Rota Public School, where the Queen arrives at school to get ready for the parade. The float is waiting. The school children watch. Miss Isabella C. Lazama, chairwoman of the hostess committee, puts the crown on Miss Education, Helen Manglonia. Acting principal Stuart R. Perala assists. The education float is ready to leave the school grounds. It was built by the school staff and children. Wedding Cake Mountain at the end of the island can be seen in the background. At the school, all the children from grades 1 to 9 gather on the Rota Public School grounds prior to the parade. Mr. Fortunato Manglonia leads his first grade class, and all the village children from the school towards the village to be part of the parade. I teach ESL to the 2 first grades and the 2 second grades. Some of his first grade students are pictured waiting in line. Daniel, Maria, Joaquina, Josephina, Berta, Lucia, Susan, Virginia, Stephen, Augustine, Elroy, Francis, Henry, and Joaquin. The agriculture float waits to join the parade. It includes equipment that Rota agriculturalist Lester Weaver has acquired for Rota. The parade begins at 9 a.m. under the direction of Corporal Felix S. Flower, Rota Insular Constabulary. Police officers carry the flags of the United Nations, Micronesia, and the United States. The Rota Boy Scouts and the Rota Girl Scouts follow, then the school children, the Queen, and the floats. The Girl Scouts are followed by Mr. Fortunato Manglonia's and Mrs. Lydia Tysican's first grade classes as they go through the village. They are followed by Mrs. Lupi Attelig in the red dress with her second grade class. Behind her is Mrs. Carmen Timeo in blue with her second grade class. Older students follow, shown here, marching by Diaz Store and Hotel Rota. Local motorcycles escort the Queen's float. Queen Juanita I waves from the Queen's float. And on the float, Miss Agriculture waves, as does Miss Administration. The Queen's float is followed by the Administration float, showing the world with flags of United Nations countries. It is the first prize winner. Then comes the Education float, the second prize winner. It supports education, path to success. Here, the Education float can be seen from the back. The Agricultural float goes past the municipal building. The church can be seen in the background. The floats in the procession can be seen on the way to the municipal plaza, with Mount Sabana in the background. The Agriculture float shows two men representing ancient Chamorro cooking over fire in a lava stone circle, with two taga stones and a coconut palm. Domingo shows an ancient Chamorro using traditional ways of cooking. Older school children walk along the parade route. This little girl stands by local products and Kool-Aid used for flavoring, often with hot spice for dipping green mangoes. The school children sing Patriots of Micronesia and United Nations when the flags are raised at the festival ground at the municipal plaza. And Reverend Father Thomas A. Camacho gives the invocation. Queen Juanita I is crowned by Mrs. Prudencio T. Manglonia. UN Day Chairman Johannes R. Timeno welcomes the attendees, followed by speakers, Rota's District Administrator's Representative, Prudencio T. Manglonia, Rota Mayor Antonio C. Attelig, and Representative from the Congress of Micronesia, Benjamin T. Manglonia. A special shelter has been built for the elders of the village to watch the festivities. The younger children can be seen here, paying them respect. The Queen, Miss Juanita Attelig, and runners-up, Miss Joaquina Calvo in the blue dress, Miss Kathy Diaz in the red dress, and Miss Helen Manglonia in the pink dress, watch the UN Day games and races, and Mr. Leon I. Tysican is the announcer for the sports and games. The first race is the first graders, A and B boys and girls races. Then the second grade A boys race in a two-legged race, and the girls in a tabi shoe race. Next, the second grade B boys have a stretcher race, and the girls a bouncing ball race. Followed by third grade A boys sack race and girls reading names. And the third grade B boys doing dog limp race and the girls doing a duck walk race. Then the fourth grade boys reading letters and the girls Scrabble words. 5th and 6th grade boys compete in 4 races: two-legged, lead the blind, centipede, and bamboo. 5th and 6th grade girls do a lead the blind race, racing with a lemon on the spoon, reading names, and finding objects. 7th grade boys biting cans and the girls finding objects. 8th grade boys wheelbarrow race and girls paying numbers. 9th grade boys transport and girls reading letters. The men's games and races include men lighting a cigarette from a mosquito coil hanging from a rope, biting a coin on a frying pan, husking coconuts, 400-yard race, high jump, and men from 5 districts relay race. The women's games include women fishing for cardboard fish with bamboo poles, women biting cookies, and women racing with water cup on each person's head. The skills of the Rota women at weaving is shown in the weaving baskets competition. The women also compete reading letters and have a woman's softball game. As always, there is a feast. Mr. Moses A. Manglonia and Mr. Manassas M. Barcenas chair the food and refreshment committees. Miss Maria C. Mendiola is the chief cook with 11 committee members. The queen is selected by people purchasing raffle chances, and the candidate who receives the most money becomes the queen. This UN Day benefit ticket is from 1967, but the one for 1968 was probably similar, with prizes ranging from cows and pigs to floor mats, fruit bats, and coconut crabs.
Then came Saturday, and we had a lot of work to do, getting everything cleaned up and getting everything set. So well, no, I guess we didn't. We should have done that, but our neighbor, no. And I just talked to Greg, and last Saturday I went down to Loopy's and sewed all day. Worked on some dresses and shirts and things that I've been wanting to sew, and Greg went down and helped somebody else work. And then we got the word that there was another typhoon coming, and this one was really strong, much stronger than Gilda. I think sustained winds are 135 with gusts to 175. I'm not sure of that. Anyway, this was heading our direction, and it was supposed to hit Sunday evening. So we came home and weren't too enthused about packing everything and getting everything all set again. It took us a while to get it all unpacked and everything cleaned and in shape. So we sort of waited to hear what the storm would do. It wind about 80 miles the other side of Guam, and we just got light winds. It's, nothing drastic. It could have really destroyed Guam and Rota, but it didn't. So we lost Sunday just with that, getting boarded up and waiting around for it to see what it would do, listening to the radio. And it's kind of hard to do other things because you get everything packed away and there's nothing to do anything with, and you kind of don't feel like it. The waves were really something. We went down and watched the second typhoon really, really damaged the Marianas, which had already sunk, but this sort of took it apart. And we watched that for a while. And then we had school again, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. But it was sort of lost. We'd lost the whole previous week, and it's taken us all week to get in the swing of it. And now we're going away to Saipan tomorrow. We have a new plane schedule, I think I mentioned, but the plane leaves real early in the morning, like 7:30 or something, so we'll have to get up. Well, you're supposed to be there an hour ahead of time. It takes about half an hour to get out there, and it'll take us quite a while to get organized, so we'll have to get up pretty early to get out there. So we've been having our typhoon weather.